Hi guys, my name is Marcio, I'm from Brazil. This is the first video that I'm doing in English because I think that people in US, Europe probably knows more about water fast and terminate fast than people from Brazil. So the first videos, if you have any problem with the subtitles, because I was speaking in Portuguese, just let me know in the comments, okay? So in this video in particular, I'll kind of do some kind of a review. Why I start, how I started, what is my expectation, and it is a very good video, or it is a very good channel for doctors, for nutritionists, and all kinds of professions that goes in the medical system. Okay, so all the data that I'm doing is from an ordinary man, but all the information that I got so far, I will put in the description. That's called a channel in YouTube called Diary of a CEO. The name of the guy is Steven something. Okay, it looks like Will Smith. Okay, the actor. Okay, so let's start. First of all, today in this video, I just completed 75 hours straight of the water fasting. Okay, so my goal is minimum 10 days, and my really ambition goes for 14 days or maybe more. Okay, so first of all, uh, first thing that you need to understand, okay, each body is different, so don't create expectations from anyone. What you need to learn is about to know your body. In the first video, I did like a very important thing. It's about psychology. So the first step that I tell you to do is try to figure out what's going on in your mind. Okay, sometimes you have anxiety, sometimes you have frustration, sometimes you have a lots of obstacles that you need to face. Okay, because the body is result of the mind. Okay, so in my country, for example, I suggest a course, a free course, psychology. But I don't know about other countries. But searching for some about the discover yourself, some kind of a free course that you can have some idea what's going on. Second point is about processing food. All processed food is bad for you and get you vicious. That's what the industries, food industries, they want for you. They want that it be vicious, that you have like a drug. It's like a drug, in fact. Okay, so don't think that's not a drug. It is like alcohol, like drugs, like everything else. But all these informations for an ordinary guy is not completely efficient, because I'm an ordinary guy. I'm not a doctor, not a scientist. So that's why I recommend this channel, Diary of CEO. And when you go for this channel on YouTube, it's just dial, for example, Diary of CEO Creatine, Diary of CEO Waterfast, Diary of CEO Autophagy, or whatever subject you're looking for. Okay? Okay, so first first thing, uh, I don't recommend. In Brazil, it's very hard. Okay, we have like this criminal as president. Every time this criminal come here, all the things start to go up because he stole. Okay, he steal money from the government for himself. Okay, so it's very hard, and to be very hard in Brazil, most of people that I see in YouTube is like throw this, throw that. So my concern is about money also. So if you have like this habit for so long, why throw up just one day? If you have money, that's okay. But if you are an ordinary person like me, don't throw up. Just start to reduce all the garbage that you used to eat, okay? For example, you still have soda, you still have chocolate, all this kind of stuff is bad for you. But if money is a concern for you, what are you going to do? First thing, start to do intermittent fasting, but start with minimum 12 hours of fasting and 12 hours of eating, okay? So when you eating, there is a app that I'm going to suggest to you right now called Zero. It's a free app for people that do fasting. Okay, so it's great. Okay, I just got this app for free like almost 3 weeks ago, and so far so good. Okay, and also you can take pictures of your food. You can make your notes, so it's very useful. Okay. Second thing that you're going to do is, after you get the app, after you start to reduce your garbage food, because it's something really bad for you, okay? But you can know about in this channel that I told you, okay? So I start to reduce, I start to do like 12 hours of fasting. So what else can you do? Okay, step by step, because you don't get that very fast, okay? The channel is also for people that's Alzheimer, Parkinson, cancer. So everything that I'm doing here as some kind of mouse from laboratory, from lab, it's for you, okay? Because I'm testing my body in the last 2.5, 3 years. But in the last 2 years, I have my problem because my discs for my L3, L4, L5, the vertebrae, they just died. Okay, so today I use a kind of a thing for help me to walk. And my hope with the fasting is I'm not going to use this anymore. Okay. First thing for you understand that you have obesity is don't worry. And if you don't believe me, search in the internet of this guy, Angus, Angus Barbieri, Barbiera, okay? Yeah, Sai. Okay, Angus Barbieri. For a while, I know this is just this guy did almost 1 year of water fasting, but with doctors around. Okay, one of my videos, I put this photo of this guy, and beside there is a lady, and you can see his pants. Okay, so water fasting works, but it's not for everybody. So in Diary of CEO, you're going to understand that. If you are, for example, alcohol and you drunk all your life, you probably all your uh, intestine, all your what is the name of that? It's not ribs. I will remember the name, but all your system, all your system over here could be damaged. Okay, so you need to have an assistant for a doctor. And diabetes also, you have to have an assistant for a doctor. In Brazil, assistant is very expensive. This kind of assistant for a doctor is very expensive. So what the government for the last 8 years or more than that, 100, I don't know, he provides like assistance from the government for free. Okay, so you cannot expect too much, but something. Okay, so what I do always that I start something, I ask for a clinical doctor to give me or to ask for the blood tests. So that's going to be very helpful. And you, after the test coming, you can take for the doctor, and you ask many questions if you want, like what do you think that should be improved, what not. So the doctor is going to say to you, that's a kind of okay, a way to go. There's something that I can do, something I cannot do for in the beginning. Okay? So don't worry, in the beginning. In this time that you do so much things, your garbage food, the vicious food, the things that make you desire, the things that you cannot be apart, okay, it starts to grow, reduce, okay, and that's good. Next step, okay, next step is very important because all my life I learned about breakfast, and see that breakfast, that's break fasting, but people really say breakfast, okay, but if you get the word break fast, and nobody's fast. So that's crazy. You know, I just realized that like 3 years ago because I didn't think like that. In Brazil, for example, when you learn English, you learn breakfast as we have here café com leite. That's coffee and milk. That's it's not about breaking anything. We just put carbohydrates and lots of bad stuffs in your body, and that's it. But as you understand your body, you understand the things that you have right now and must be improved, and you will improve, you start to feel better. So, in my case, for example, there is a video that I'm testing right now, my belly, because as I was with no work in the last 2 years, the doctors, that is not good at all. They told me to rest, 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 and that's the worst thing that I can do because I weigh 110 kilos. That's more than 230 pounds. But as everything here, it'll be in kilos, every loss that I have, I just put in percentage. For example, I just lost 5% of my body weight in the last 2 weeks. Okay, it's not just about water fast. And one more thing, water fasting, when you start losing uh, weight, is not about fat because we have something that's called ketosis, and ketosis is the first thing that I'm going to do with mitochondria. That's going to do a renovation of the cells, and they need to be break. So in the first day, second and then third day, like today's I'm still consider ketosis. Okay, so tomorrow, that's the point, that things that I'm waiting for since I started 3 weeks ago in terminating fasting. See, I'm not this, I just did that like, okay, straight to water fast. Because if you never fast in your life, you can do that. That is stupid, okay? So it's like a completely shock in your body, okay? So why are you going to do that? And one more thing, if you do fasting but you're not changing your habits, what's that's working for? Nothing. So you need to understand first of all here, secondly, why and how you can change your body. So after you figure out that, that's the point of the channel, to teach you how to do it. So first thing, don't blame yourself if you have like just junk food in your refrigerator, in your for everyone, kids, if you have family, like I'm just live by myself, my dog, but if you live like with your family, wife and kids, okay, that's very important that everybody understand that. So my suggestion is putting on the television the diary of CEO and everybody watch it together, okay, because this is a change not just for you but for all of you. Remember, in the world, you never listen to cancers from kids from 5, 4, 20 years old guys, 30 years old guys. That's not happen. That's never happened like 30 years ago. okay? And people start to accept that. That's normal to get a cancer. It's not normal, okay? You need to open your mind and say, okay, something's going on. And what is going on is about doctors that serve the pharmaceutical industries. They don't care about you, okay? And the doctors want to be profits from the surgeries and everything. So honest doctors, honest nutritionists, and everything like that is very hard to find. And sometimes you are paid too much for nothing. Okay? So that's why I think that's Diary of CEO and so many other channels that I'm watching. It's important for your health. Okay? So when you start to reducing the garbage junk food in your place, you need to understand we don't need 3 meals a day, okay? That's something that the food industries they wanted, and they wash our brain for more than decades that you need you need to eat 3 hours. That's bullshit. Our ancestors in the past didn't do that. They have to hunt, and they didn't hunt every day. So our body was designed to, when you do it, you get your own food. But your own food, you won't get it just with intermittent fast. It's impossible. Or sometimes the body of someone, possible that, doing intermittent fast, that's kind of to reduce, but not like the autophagy, not like ketosis. Well, you do ketosis in the intermittent fast, for example, that you have OMAD, 1 meal a day, okay? But when you're talking about ketosis, when you're talking about to reduce your fat, is like a percentage. So the goal to get the high percentage of burn fast starts with water fast. And you can have that with the doctors, scientists, people that are working the last 30 years, 20 years on that. There is also a Japanese guy that wants the Nobel of the prize of Nobel in 2016. So this guy figured out about the autophagy, and the smart people start to study autophagy. So water fast is the best way to get the autophagy and burn your fat, because most of people, because of the doctors that don't care about you, they are saying, okay, start to losing people with so many obesity. They go to the surgeon because the skin start to be so flat, and they need to go to the surgeon. But my point of view in these videos, I have that, not like probably too much, because I've been doing intermittent fast for the last 2 years because of my sickness. And I'm going to show you, very going to stand up, but I'm going to show you what, this is my test. I will be like your lab mouse, okay? So after reduce so many fat, okay, it's like the fat going for your belly. So right now, look at this. Okay, so this is fat, okay? This is fat. So don't be embarrassed with your fat, okay? But be embarrassing if you are not doing anything about it. Because even if you are a skinny guy, okay, but you have belly, probably you have diabetes or goes for diabetes. So don't think that you're in a safe zone. There is no safe zone. When you're talking about processed foods, when you're talking about bad habits, when you're talking about drink things that gets you inflammation, so you're not safe, okay? For example, just 2 years ago, I discovered that milk for my problem in the vertebrates is totally bad, okay? Gets me more inflammation that I have. So imagine a guy that came from an Italy family that likes coffee, like milk, like bread. So I have to change that. It's not easy, not easy. Before I start this intermittent fast for you see, I respect my money because I don't have so much money. So I didn't throw up anything. So I say like goodbye for the bread. So I made a bread. I cooked the bread. You can see the bread in some of my videos, okay? Because I love that. But from now on, you need to choose and go step by step because it doesn't go to be for the next day your changes. Okay, it must be slowly but consistent. Okay, so before I start the water fasting, I start the intermittent fasting, like 16 hours, so it goes for 20 hours with 2 meals, 1 meal, and the last 6 or 7 days before I start water fast, I'm starting to go for 1 meal a day. Okay, so it's like preparing myself for water fast because I tried it before, but I didn't have so much information how to break the fast, what kind of stuff I'm going to eat. I'm going to do that for you. Okay? So, just for you understanding, never, ever carbohydrates. You never, okay, break your fast with carbohydrates. And that's something that's in this channel you're going to see because I did also tests in the last 2 years of my diet. Okay, so it's true. Sometimes I ate bread. Sometimes I ate things that I couldn't eat. Okay, but I'm not to blame myself because it's my time. I'm doing my best. Okay, but I'm trying to do ketogenic. I tried carnivore, and I tell you, from all the diets that I did, lion diet for me it was wow. Okay, but you don't change like it, so go step by step. Okay, probably if you go for the carnivore, you're going to eat some carbohydrates with carnivore, and it's not a carnivore, but it's a way to go. So that's what I want to think about. Every time that you see it's a way to go, you are in the right track. Okay, so it's good for you. You don't need anybody to applaud you, or it's just for you or your family. So that's very important you understand because you don't need to, when you make a mistake, it's not a fail. You didn't fail. You learn it with your fail. That's different. It's like, okay, I did, but my mistake. So I'm going to fix that. Okay? It's like you are in the program for alcohol and you are 3 months without drinking anything, and these guys came with a whiskey of 200 years. You never had a chance or money to have that. So for this is not your friend, okay? But this guy offered to you, okay, let's have a drink and taste or try this 200 bottle of whiskey, okay? And you get a shot. But you control yourself, but you got a shot, okay? So if you control yourself, wow, that's great for you. If you got a shot, don't blame yourself. Just keep it on track. Avoid alcohol because it's bad for you. Okay? So all the videos that I'm going to do is never blame yourself, but looking for discipline. Because if you don't have discipline, it'll be a waste of your time and a waste of wealth. Okay, it will be a waste of health, to be a waste of everything, because health and wealth need to be together. You can be a rich guy, but if you don't have a health, what is the point? Okay, so I'm going to show you because one important thing that I'm doing and I'm learning for myself is get the freezer full and get the refrigerator empty. Okay, because you are not going for temptation. So look at this. I did that the other video, but today is 31 October 31. So check it out. Still have bananas because I put it here, bananas, because in my place we have a banana tree. But I'm not going to eat that right now. I'm going to eat that if I eat that 2 weeks from now, okay? But this is water, that's an empty pan over there. There is a butter, but what is matter for me? It's in here. So here, I prepare myself to break my back, my water fast, okay? And that's what I'm going to teach you, okay? But not from this video. This video is like an introduction for myself, for you guys. And I did like two things. A zero app that's for free. So install that in your cell. And I gave it to you, the Diary of CEO. So over there in the other countries, other channels like that, you're going to subscribe and start to get knowledge. Okay, you don't need to believe in everything, because one information at least you need to check with 10 or 20 sources. Okay, unfortunately we need to do that. Don't be naive to just believe in one person. Okay, here you can believe me because I just told you what is this, the sources that I'm getting my information. The first one is Diary of CEO. When I start to see comments of your progress and the other channels, so I will provide other channels, because for now it doesn't make sense to give you so much channels. If you want channel, you're going to invest time of 2 hours in each interview. So, okay, so start with Diary of CEO, get all the things that you need, and you have me like your personal mouse lab, okay? So that's the point of everything. So I watched a video that one guy recovered of my sickness, my problem in the back, because some surgeons, they can operate, but they don't guarantee. So I don't want that. I want to guarantee. I don't want to screw things in my back, put some metals, and I lost my quality of life. Well, in fact, I lost it. Okay, so I don't have quality of life at all. But I'm doing my best. So the first thing, as my back problem, I say, okay, let's lose weight. So that's why I start to intermittent fasting. So I lost lots of weight, and you saw my belly. So now I want to know, because sometimes I don't believe in people. But I'm doing that in my body. So if you want to make a surgery and it's about your belly, maybe you need to step back and see what will happen with my body. Because tomorrow will be like 96 hours of water fast. And my goal will be like almost 300 hours of water fast. And it's a preparation, because my goal is, my target, real one, is to get 40 days of water fast, like Jesus, like Moses, whatever. Okay? But people did that in the past. Not like a Ramadan. Ramadan, people still don't get it about Ramadan. So they wake, most of the Muslims, they wake like 4 in the a.m. to have the breakfast, because the fast starts 5. Okay, so it's kind of I don't know that. It's a kind of a trick. Okay, I don't like that. Fast is for you understanding that your mind needs to control your body. When your mind control your body, forget about anxiety. Because to do that, what I'm doing right now, you need to have discipline. And discipline is not about things that if you don't have, it's not thing that you're going to have tomorrow. Okay, it's step by step. It's a training. Okay, so I learned that in the past, and even me that was raised in the Japanese culture for more than 22 years, I forgot about to practice a lots of things. Okay, so meditation, I learned that, but I don't practice. Okay, so that is bad. You need to meditation. Okay, but to recover your health right now, let's start off this way. Okay, so how do I feel today? So that's very important. I feel weakly. Okay, I'm not that strong as I was like 21 days before, because remember, I started reducing a lot the food in my body. So I'm not strong, I'm weakly, but I can do it because right now I'm going for the ketosis for autophagy. So that means that my body until now is not receiving any kind of food. And from tomorrow, we will start the food with autophagy. Okay? So tomorrow, my body start to eat all the fat that I have. And for people, that's very important to know what's happened in the third day. I'm going to show you. I have a scale. So let's go. You're going to see of yourself how much do I weigh today. It's a mess here, but let's go. I think that doesn't go to drop. Let's see. Oop. Okay, 85.3. 85.3%. 85.3%, no, 85 kilos. So I start this, the first weight that I did, that I printed, it was 88.80. So in the morning, as I wake up, it was 84 something, but I drank lots of water and tea. So probably this weight right now is because of the water and the tea. So anyhow, looks like that I lost 3.5 or 3.8, it doesn't matter, or 4 kilos, doesn't matter. That goes for 5%, but it's not true. It's not 5%, in fact, it's like 3.6%. But it's not true because the first days you start to lose water from your cells, okay? And then when you start to lose water from your cells, you start to break your cells and mitochondria. You start to recover and renew your cells, okay? So that means that today, what I lost, in fact, is not fat. It's about water. But tomorrow, that goes for 96 hours. So that's what you must be tracking. Because with more autophagy you have, so you and me, we're going to see with my belly if everything's goes forever or stay in my body, and if it stay that I don't want because I don't appreciate my belly. I really hate my belly. But I hate my belly in a good point of view, in a positive way, because I didn't born with my belly. So if I didn't born with my belly, it's a kind of my choice to have belly or not. So I feel better if you know belly, not because I want to show for people, but as I lost everything, this fat in my belly, I know that I will be in the right track to initiate after that my new diet. Okay, and then when I initiate my new diet, I'm going to report, I'm going to feedback you everything that my body starts receiving. And I do have my blood tests, okay, like 3 months ago, September. In fact, not almost 3 months ago. Okay, and I have for July too. So each 3 months I'm doing my blood test because I can compare. Okay, if you don't compare, you cannot say that you are better or not, because it's not about your image; it's about what you have inside. Because the way that your body is working inside is the way that outside, or vice versa, so they need to be together inside and outside. But sometimes outside doesn't mean that you're healthy, okay? Because I don't know how many times, how many decades we've been eating junk food. We've been eating processed food. It's delicious, but it's on purpose. If it's delicious, it's to get you vicious. Okay? It's like a drug, and it is a drug. Okay? So this guy of Diary of CEO, that's a specialist in sugar, it's a doctor. You can learn a lot from him. So anything that we talk to you, you can go search for. Okay, but one more time, I still have 11 or 12 days to go. So there is a minimum, there is a max, but my target is the max. If I go for more than 40 days, I'll be extremely happy, okay? But I know that in 3 days, for example, if you ketosis, you won't burning fat, okay? So don't get expectation, okay? And every time that you listen for someone that goes for 3 days, 4 days, they start the autophagy. Remember, body is different. Your history is different than my history. So could it be that you start your autophagy in 3 days? But in my case, I also consider one more day. If people say 4 days, I start to think about it instead of 960 hours goes for, I don't know, 110. So you can make your data like I'm doing and consider not 96 hours, but instead 110 hours. And from these 110 hours, we start to analyze how your body is going to be. Okay, so that's the whole point. Okay, so for me, it's good. Just one more thing, it's good to practice English because I don't have anyone. Since last time that I've been practicing English, I used to live in USA, in Miami, okay? So Florida, and all the cities around, like Pompano Beach, Boca Raton, things like that, okay? And it's like a very good experience to talk to you. And I know that everybody in the world that learned English, that speak English, can get some information, some data from me. So what do you need to do? First of all, if you have a cancer guy, someone in your family, go in Diary of CEO and go to water fasting, Diary of CEO, prevent cancer. So there's a lots of information. Right now, what you can do about it is forget about sugar and all carbohydrates because all that gets you glucose. And glucose, sugar, carbohydrates is the food for the cancer. If you're going, you don't need to stop your treatment. Don't do that. But your treatment is going to be improved because most of the doctors in Brazil, mainly of the doctors, they don't say for you change your diet because they are stupid or because they do it for purpose. So that's why I'm trying to explain to you. You don't need to believe me. So I go to information of doctors, people that works with the cancer uh, in the last 20, 30 years at least, So that's one thing that my daddy had a cancer. Okay, so I know what's be to have someone with cancer, but my daddy today is a 87 years old guy, and he doesn't think about changing anything. He still loved processed food, and he said to me like, "I don't care, So how long am I going to live? 90 years old. So I don't think that's a good idea. Think about that. Okay, I tried, okay, to convince him that okay, this is the facts. You are killing yourself. Okay, you could live for 100 years, and that's very possible. That is very achievable, achievable. Okay, but it's not about his choice. He doesn't want that. Okay, unfortunately. Okay, and there is in the internet, there is in the YouTube a lot of parents that a lot of childs, that got their parents to the gym, and they recover her health. They change their diet. You can see that. I saw a woman that helped the build in the garage a gym because her daddy and mother, they are so weak. They are with so many diseases that she starts to train them, and they love it. And about 6 months or 9 months, their life their life changed. So that's very important to understand that. It's not just about fasting, okay? It's about fasting, diet, exercise, lots of things. So all the things that we need, that's what this channel is about. I'm going to start with fasting, change my diet, start to do exercise because lots of muscle I lost, okay? Because I was in the bed all the time, receiving like money from the government that I cannot like stand for is little money. You say about $208 a month, okay? So, but one more tip: you change your diet, also you change your financial, okay? Because when you start to fasting, if you try to understand your body and reduce the meals and don't get processed food, don't go to restaurants all the time. And if you go to restaurants, you need to choose. If you're carnivore, you can pick probably a meal if you just meat. But you're going to choose the place. You're going to choose the eat. Most of the time, you're going to eat in your home. And what that means, you can save money, lots of money, because from this time that you're going to save money, you have the discipline, and you won't buy things that you don't need it. Okay, so when you don't buy things that you don't need it, you're going to save money and save it to invest. For example, in the United States, there is so many auctions. You can buy a property in the first $10,000, $20,000, I don't know. You can buy a shit apartment, a garbage apartment that you can restore for 20,000. But after you restore, do yourself, you can make a profit of 3 times the value that you paid. It's like you paid $20, $20,000. You fixed it for $10,000. You go to sell for $8,000. You see? And one more thing, okay, that I realized in the last 3 weeks, my brain is starting to works better, fast. For example, I'm constructing a house. This is one of the house. This one is ready to go, and there is another one. So I try to figure out what could I do to finish the house, and the answer is things that sometimes you didn't see. What is the answer? After fasting, you're going to see. So you're going to see, like the movie Limitless, okay? It's not like it's a movie, okay? But you start to clear your mind, clear your thoughts, and things start to be working better, okay? So I hope this video can help you. Don't forget about cancer. Don't forget about the Zero app for installing yourself. That's for free. Don't forget about subscribing Diary of CEO. Don't forget the guy, Steven Guy, looks like Will Smith, the actor. So you cannot miss it. Okay, and he is from London, so he has a British accent. So hope you guys enjoy my channel. Hope you guys want to see what's going on with my body, because after I lose all this belly, I don't care. People say that I couldn't do that. That's too dangerous. Okay, so if it's too dangerous and I'm not going to do more videos, that means that you don't need to do it. Okay, but I believe it. All the search that I do, all the sources that I have, and the search that I did, I'm in the right track. So if I'm in the right track, you can do it also. Okay, so keep tracking me. subscribe in the channel, and now we're going to see just 11 days from now if my belly completely goes away, if something not did go away, and I think that I'm going to have all this belly just zero, okay? Because I saw that happen. If it's true that I saw in the YouTube, so you're going to see for yourself. Don't forget, today is October 31st, okay? 31 October, October 31st. So tomorrow is like November 1st, okay? So you can track me the dates, you can track me everything. I don't have yet the Instagram because I do have things to do. Cannot waste so many times. So for now, just be in YouTube, okay? See you guys and wish you the best. And don't blame yourself and be safe and keep tracking.